thank you so much for listening to the Cooligans. In the first segment, we opened up a gift.
A pizza
Orlando
box.
City sent us a pizza box with gifts inside of it. What could it be? I hope it's not a pizza from Orlando. We also got talk about CCL. Some teams out here winning. Some teams are out there Atlantaing. Oh, my God. It was some of it rough, some of it great. We talk about a lot of stuff. And we talk about Kepa. We talk about European soccer. We explain all those competitions. And, of course, we brought up that Robert Kraft.
Ooh, cheesy. Next up, in the second segment,
It's certainly going.
we're talking to Yael Averbuch of the Seattle Reign. She is the NWSL Players Union president, and she also runs Techne Futbol. We have a great conversation with her at the United Soccer Coaches Convention. You're going to love it. You're going to love her. All this and more today on the Cooligans!
Hey, this is Alexi Lawless. There is nobody in U.S. soccer that is more important than the Cooligans.
Yeah, baby!
Hello. Buena, mi gente, que lo que.
What is up, y'all?
How's everybody doing? Alexis is in a better mood than usual.
I'm so freaking excited.
Because not only are we doing this great podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we're here talking to you. That's why I'm excited. But also, there's 2 pizza boxes in front of me. But I know there's no pizza in it, yet I'm still excited. And guess what? On top of the box.
We don't know if there's no pizza in there.
There better not be pizza. You better not be. Because there's an Orlando City crest.
Yeah.
And sort of like some type of design.
This is from the new kits. This design. This is the pattern.
It's spray painted onto the box.
That's right. So we have a gift from Orlando City. Thank you so much, Orlando City, for sending this to us. But we have this in front of us, and this will be a nice way to.
We're doing an unboxing.
We're doing an unboxing,
audio only
on the podcast.
On the podcast. You know how exciting you are.
Which is the way you want to consume that kind of media.
And I've been so frustrated because Christian's like, let's talk about what we're going to talk about on the show. I'm like, let's open up the box. I just want to open this up.
This is a good way to get excited about the MLS season that is starting this weekend.
I agree. Orlando City.
Okay.
The team that also gets to play in the same city as Ali Krieger.
That's right. She's kindly giving them the opportunity to share a stadium with her.
What an honor.
So,
we would be honored. And by the way, the reviews we've gotten off that episode alone are just
that, and the Cal Martino. People have just loved it. But Ali Krieger has definitely, I think, changed the direction of this show.
Yeah, this is becoming an Ali Krieger appreciation podcast.
Which you know what? There's not enough of those.
Yeah, there should be one.
There should be.
And I know when you think, who should host that show? Your mind immediately goes to a fat and skinny, 2 fat and skinny or whatever, Latinos out of New York.
You say it like you don't know which one's fat and which one's skinny.
Well, I'm losing weight. Hey, I fit an extra large.
Okay.
Hey.
Look at you.
I got a Nike Arsenal jersey from way back in the day.
When you say fit into an extra large.
No, I fit nice.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's not like, oh, boy.
Look at this sausage casing.
No one's like, yo, help get that condom with 3 holes in it off this man. He seems like he's in pain. No. That was me a couple months ago.
Okay.
You boys losing weight.
Good for you, buddy.
Down 52.
Down 52. Okay.
52. That's like a linebacker's number. That's not bad.
Wait, is that your waist size, 52?
No, that was. No, I'm joking. You son of a bitch. Don't you dare talk with your 18-inch waist. I'll take these into boys 9.
Anyway, okay, now that we've done, we're done shaming our bodies. Welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Christian Polanco.
And my name is excited to open up this box. Alexis Guerreros.
We are your favorite stand-up comedians out here in New York City, on top of the Madison Square Garden, the Christopolis Madison Square Garden.
Damn right.
And this is not only the funniest soccer podcast that you are going to listen to. This is also what, Alexis?
Yo, it's the damn gulliest.
That's right, and giddiest, right?
Right now. First of all, shouts to Orlando for shipping whatever this is. We don't know yet. Dead ass. There's tape on it still. We don't know.
We haven't opened it.
In pizza boxes. And let me say, I've been to Orlando. This is already the most productive use of pizza boxes in that city because your pizza is so trash. It's so trash.
Okay, all right. Well, wait till the boxes are open afterwards.
I'm already saying, even if they left pizza in here from Orlando, but it's gone bad in the shipping and we don't have to eat it, already it's a better use of how pizza boxes are used in Orlando.
I don't know. I think they should just make the cardboard boxes out of the pizza.
Good, sir. Make the plane out of the black box. Make the box out of the pizza. There is that shop in New York that made us two Sicilians as a pizza box for a regular pizza.
Okay, all right. That sounds fun.
All of it was garbage.
Okay, so look, we're excited about the show today because we're going to talk about a lot of things. Obviously, CONCACAF Champions League. We got to talk about the EFL Cup final and Sarri-gate and Kepa-gate.
Wow.
There's a lot going on in American soccer. MLS is starting up this weekend. We'll give
This is it. This is what we waited for. We've been talking about all this MLS stuff. Yeah. It's here.
It is, and we're excited because every year, especially since we've been doing this show, one of our main questions was like, what are we going to do in the off season?
Right.
There's nothing to talk about. And I've never been more confident about, I feel like this off season has been wild. Right?
It's silly season the entire time.
We've had so much fun. And if you are a person that listens to this show only when the season is on and maybe we'll talk about your team or whatever, you're doing it wrong. Because you're missing out.
Bro, you fucked up.
The MLS offseason, just the American soccer offseason is bananas.
It's almost more exciting than the first third of the MLS season.
Kind of. Right?
It really is.
It's insane. So
I know like other podcasts and stuff are talking about like, every team has a chance right now and it feels good. Nah, man, it's how messy everything's getting.
Yeah.
It's getting hot.
You're all a mess. In the
everyone, y'all are just a mess. We got teams losing 6-0 in Fiji.
All right, yeah, we get to lower league teams losing, MLS teams losing to lower league teams, and then the social media of those lower league teams going bananas,
going absolutely insane.
Shout out Las Vegas Lights. All right, so let's
hold on. We gotta take this off for the video.
No, it's fine.
For the video for when you pick it up.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Taking our address off, son. You don't need to know where we at.
Even though we say we're at the top of Madison Square Garden.
I like how my name was written in by hand.
And so was mine.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, bro, you forgot. They correctly spelled our name. All right, to the one Latino intern. All right.
Doing it right. Okay.
This one's yours.
Well, at least Portuguese. A Portuguese intern, most likely.
Yeah, for real. There's a Brazilian dude. He's like, all right, they spelled name correct. I don't know why I used.
All right. So
hold on. Let's not open it. Let's slice all of it at the same time. We're going to open it at the same time.
Which box was...
This one's mine.
That one's yours. Okay, cool. Because I don't know if there's specific... The boxes were for specific people.
Well, what do you think it is? Let's start there. I mean, this is people listening to me slicing open a box.
So when Orlando, when we got these and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna send you something," I'm like, "All right, what could they possibly send?" This is honestly because I think our
first reactions were exactly the same.
This is why I think we were on the Orlando City radar because
their owner tweeted at us, bro.
Well, that maybe, and we make fun of them a little bit.
We made it hot. We made it hot.
But we made jokes about James O'Connor and his hat.
That big ass hat. You've seen us post about it.
So my guess was maybe this is a big ass hat.
That's what we both thought is we're getting our own big ass hats, man.
What an honor.
And we would proudly wear this whenever there is sun of any sort. Bro, if you got fluorescent lamps that are too bright, your boy's pulling on the full coverage neck to top hat.
Okay, I'm protecting myself from melanoma.
My guy, that's what took out Bob Marley.
Okay,
you don't want it to take out the Cooligans. Bob Marley played soccer.
That's right. That's all he ever did. He didn't do much anything else.
He didn't do much else. All right, so this one's mine. I'm holding.
Okay.
This one's yours. So I'm going to hold on. Let me close my laptop here.
So we'll hold this just to the camera. So this is the box.
If you go to our YouTube in, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks or so, we'll put this up.
No, I will put it up because I have to do that.
Yeah, that's true. And by the way, for all my pizza heads, it's a 16x2, 39.2, 5557.
That's right, pizza heads, because I was today years old when I learned that was a thing.
Yo, we got some pizza groupies out there, my guy.
Okay, some pizza thoughts.
All right. Oh, my God. D believes in that. My wife swears that shit is real. Hold on. Oh, okay, we got got a card first. I can't see what it is
All
yet.
right, okay. Well, I see drumsticks.
I don't know what that is. Let's open up the card
Let's
first.
open up the card. All right, this is incredible.
By the way, our reviews for the next few weeks are going to be like, had to listen to these two guys open up a box. Introducing the 2019 Orlando City SC Bring the Noise Kit.
Ooh.
Since the beginning, our fans have been making noise in the city. The noise originated from the stands created by an unrivaled stadium experience, motivating the players as they carry the fan support on the pitch. Bring the passion, bring the energy, bring the noise. You and a guest are invited to attend Orlando City's 2019 home opener, Saturday, March 2nd. You didn't leave us a lot of time there, bro. Kickoff is set at 2:30. Maybe we'll give these away. You think we give these away?
Yeah, that would be great.
Hold on, I don't know yet.
I don't know if we can.
We're going to do it and then confirm we can do it afterwards. To artists we please contact. All right, we're not going to read all that.
All right.
Kickoff is 2:30 at Orlando City Stadium. All right, that's pretty dope. All right, so
They play against NYCFC. This is the home opener.
oh man,
Okay. All right, so this you see the box. It's the same thing there.
this is beautiful. This is sort of purple gold foil.
I also see drumsticks. So this is dope. 'Cause I can actually use these on my Rock Band.
Yeah.
For my Xbox, so I'm excited about these.
There's a little gold sticker with the lion imprint,
Yeah.
and mine has been reused. All right,
Alexis, calm down.
your boy. No, actually, yeah, no, it was reused.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. I got my drumsticks right here.
All right.
Bring the noise, bring the energy.
There's a drum. There's a what is it?
record.
A record. Yo, this is like a vinyl record.
But I think it's
and it's like an artwork. It's like the Orlando City crest.
But they're all original. So if you can see this on the show, mine has a different artwork than yours.
Okay, yeah. This is incredible.
This is so far really dope. And wait a minute, I didn't notice this, but on the back of the explanation, there's sort of not an instruction, but I guess like
an explainer,
an info piece on the New Jersey
infographic.
Because. Hold up.
Holy.
Yo, they sent us jerseys with our name.
Wow.
Guess what team we're rooting for in the opener right now?
Yo. Shout out.
My guy, I shouldn't have made this announcement that I now fit an extra large because they got your boy right. No, it's an extra large.
It's an extra
What's
large.
up, yo? Your boy can actually wear this.
Yeah, there's only thin people in Florida. They don't.
Have you been? Yo, this is wild.
This is great. Thank you so much. It has our names on it. The new kit. This is incredible.
Although I'm probably not fitting in this because it's the actual player release. It's not the replica. Which them joins is a little tight. Oh, dude, this is gorgeous.
Thank you so much, Orlando.
Yo, shouts to Orlando City, man. They got a dope kit. This is, first of all, we'll start here with, it is not a white kit, okay?
That's right, okay. This is, all right, thank you so much, Orlando City. Best of luck this season. I know it's the last couple,
Damn, man, I got a wedding this weekend. I legit can't go. I'm thinking here, like, yo, is there a way we could fly out?
Oh, I don't know, man. No, it's. I mean, it's too short notice, but we'll figure something out. Maybe we can give these tickets to the Platano phone guys. I don't know.
Whoa!
Who knows?
We'll call them on the Platano phone. Here's what else I noticed: there's an MLS badge on both arms.
Is that weird? Isn't that?
I always thought it was only one.
No, it's on both. I think the Authentics have it on both.
Because I keep buying them bootlegs.
You keep buying.
That's why I'm on that DH gate.
I'm like, yo, get off of Canal Street and start buying. Go to MLSsoccer.com.
Yeah, I know. They're like, defend the fortress written on the back. Yo, Christian's like, yo, get off Canal Street. I'm like, I can't. This guy just said Gucci. So I'm following him. Okay. I'm following him into this bunker.
He seems to know what he's talking about.
I think it's legit.
I like his sneakers. They're barely dirty.
Yo, this dude with what I suppose is a half Jamaican, half West African, half Scandinavian accent.
I don't know where he's from, but he got deals.
Yeah, I think he's right. This white guy with dreadlocks, I thought he was Breck Shea. I'm following him.
So thank you, Orlando City.
Bruh, I am going to be playing drums whenever Christian is asleep from now. Do I play on the art? Do I play on the piece of art?
No, man, you're going to ruin the vinyl.
How do you know? It's not real vinyl, my guy. It's like flexi.
Vinyl is flexible.
No, this isn't vinyl. This is...
It looks like it to me.
Yeah, you might be right.
Okay.
Yo, should we play it? What's on here? It's a message. It's like, you're all going to die. Holy shit, Orlando.
Okay.
In a parallel universe, Christian's the fat one. What?
So... Thank you so much, Orlando. Best of luck.
And in a pizza box. You guys are the absolute best.
Awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. Best of luck this season. I know, it's always been a rough, it's been a rough couple of years, but this is what they turn around.
This is it, baby.
Because now Christian Polanco's on this team. It really should. Nani's kid should really say Christian Polanco.
I mean, I feel like your kid already exists in the league.
Okay, because I'm the designated player over at Orlando City.
Oh man, we should. You know what? I'm gonna cancel this wedding. Let's just go. It's not my wedding though.
You're gonna be It's not that I can't go. It's also that this wedding is no longer happening.
I got this bomb threat, my guy, right? And then me and you, we go down to Orlando. You meet your long lost brother, right?
It's so funny.
I meet the fattest player on the team named Guerrero.
It's so funny to talk about a tool in your toolkit is using a bomb threat.
Yo, it was legit my first one. It was first thing I went to.
I just checked my toolbox. Happened to find a bomb threat in there. I think I might utilize it today.
Yo, I got this use a bomb threat free card. It's like, yo, you wrote that yourself. I just saw you. Nah, son. You know what? Are you going anywhere important soon? Because I'm gonna call bomb threat.
So welcome
to a soccer podcast. It's not an unboxing podcast.
This is a lit soccer podcast.
This is the wildest one ever. Notice we're weird when we're in this studio. It's weird, right? We're not as polished as when we're in studio. Mackensack Marine Health Stage 17.
It's funny that you think the show is polished.
I said not as polished.
Amazing.
Not as polished, which does not mean I am not as fat. Doesn't mean I'm not fat.
So we usually start the show by showing love to the people who show love to us, and especially on iTunes. We are 11 reviews away from 400. So help us.
This is wild. I can't believe we're so close to 400.
Crazy.
400. We're gonna blaze past 400.
Exactly.
While quick. Just like I do through the produce section on the way to the bacon.
So there's a bunch of really fun ones.
I got one. Can I read one? Read
yours, 'cause I think I know which one you're going to read, but go ahead.
First one up top? Is that the one you thought?
No, not the one up top.
That's the one I'm going to read.
Okay. No, read the second one. I'll read that one. Because I think this one is very relevant.
Yeah. Oh, okay. For some reason, I read this, and I thought I had read this last week.
No, you
just
didn't.
in case
you
I did not.
mentioned it last week, but this is why they put it up. Yeah.
All right, so this is from my guy Jeff at CaredaCreative.com. I mean, I don't know how he got that in there. He got his own email in his thing, but he put some spaces in there. Shouts to Jeff. All right. And the title, first of all, it's 5 stars. We all know that because we ain't reading your shit if it ain't 5 stars, my guy. Get that out of there. All right. Bomb threat to wherever you live. Bomb threat to your computer you use. The title of this is Pastéis de Nata.
Okay.
So already your boy hungry. Let's make that 51 pounds. So the whole thing is great podcast. I have been listening since I heard you guys on Flagrant 2. This is my first, probably only ever podcast review. And as a Portuguese American, any mention of Pastéis de Nata on a podcast is getting a 5-star review from me. Shout outs to you, my guy. Sometimes you get it with a little chocolate inside. Let's get it. He didn't write that. I did. I said that. He put last sentence. On another note, my oldest son is a Project Goal alum, and I appreciate the support for a great organization, which is where we're going to be this Friday. Okay. Not this Friday, right? March 29th, right?
Oh, yeah. We're all going to be somewhere this Friday, but we haven't talked about it.
No, we have not talked about it. We're going to talk about it, but we're going to be at Project Goal. We're going to be, by the way, tons of Portuguese people up in the New England area.
Oh, I didn't know
There's more people from the Azores in the New England area than in the Azores, my guy.
The Azores?
Those are the islands off the coast of Portugal. Owned by Portugal for a long time. They're very Portuguese.
Okay.
Cristiano Ronaldo comes from Madeira, which is out there. I don't know if it's a part of the Azores, but it's out there.
All right.
It's an island, right? And they eat like mad fish, dog. So there's great Azorean cuisine up in Boston.
It's funny you said
it's better than their pizza.
They eat mad fish dog. I'm like, what's a fish dog?
They eat very angry fish dogs. You know, there's like white people just wild confused the way we speak anyway, and I don't make it any better.
It's like I haven't tried that delicacy yet, but I don't know what.
I would like an angry fish dog, please. This is the nicest sushi restaurant.
It sounds like a hot dog that's made out of fish. But
it's very spicy. It's angry.
So thank you, Jeff, for that. It feels like whenever a good way to connect with our listeners is to mention food that they like.
You were only figuring this out now.
No.
Your boy over here knew that day one.
No, I know that.
Because I call everyone's pizza trash.
I connect with people, talking about like Dragon Ball Z and like Cowboy Bebop.
What's Cowboy Bebop?
It's another anime.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Cowboy Bebop? That sounds like one of those workout tapes you find in your grandma's house.
Yeah. I think if your grandma has that, it's a different kind of...
Yeah. The hell was she doing? Abuela.
I want to read this one.
Cowboy Beboop.
Because it's concise and gets to the point of what this show is all about. This is from Windward, 5 stars, and he says, "This is for you, my dude." All right, so that is to the reader who's reading this review. This is for you, my dude.
So you're reading this, you're like, oh my God, this is for me.
It's just for me. Okay, he's speaking to me, Windward. And he mentioned, he says, this podcast is the most funny soccer podcast. Not the funniest, it's the most funny.
The most funny.
That's right.
Best respect.
They're the only ones that tie comedy into soccer. That's right. They interview the worst.
Hold on, read that sentence one more time.
They are the only ones that tie comedy into soccer.
Read that for me one more time, but nice and loud.
They're the only ones that tie comedy into soccer.
That's it. The only. The most funny.
The most only.
Yo, the most is only is.
And he continues, he says, quote, they interview the worst and best people in soccer.
I shouts to Kevin Payne.
We know who you're talking about. They don't only talk about their team, they talk about everyone across MLS.
That's right. Sprat, everybody gets it.
You need to check this out, my dude. So shout out to Windward for that.
Windward.
All right, you're winning, Windward.
Yeah. Oh, you're the mostest.
You're the bestest reviewist.
Yo, you're the mostiest. In fact, you're the only review we ever gotten that called us the most funny. So shouts to you. We're the only. You're the only.
All right. So let's get into. What do you want to start with?
I don't even know where to start. I mean, CCL. You want to go there?
Let's start with CCL because that was a big deal.
First of all, shouts to us because our GIF is getting
how self-indulgent do we need to be?
We're talking into microphones for careers, Christian.
You need to preface it with shouts to us. Yo, pat on the back to me.
Yo, I want to just give a little shout of respect.
Before I continue
to talk about myself,
let me just tell you how amazing what I'm about to tell you is.
Yo, I want to just tell you, hey, real quick, moment of silence for us because we out here doing we're the most. We're the only motherfuckers.
So please continue. What are you going to say?
Shouts out, our GIFs are getting overtime pay right now. Our GIFs are working over 40 hours. Yo, your GIF, which I directed, by the way, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I got you, fam. Over 2 million.
Oh, it's like at 1.95 million.
Yeah, we
views.
count that. Right?
Okay,
a couple people bootlegged it, right? So we get all the numbers.
So
you know how streams are now.
Crazy, yeah. One of our GIFs has 2 million views. There's nothing we have that is as popular as this GIF.
Yeah, and if MLS teams keep messing up in the CCL, our other GIF that you just got CONCACAF.
Yeah.
That's ranking up quick. So, some people were like, I don't even know who these two dudes are, but I love this GIF and I'm going to keep using it.
So, this is like the perfect time for all these GIFs to be popping. But and it really made me think, if you have any suggestions for GIFs, like if there's like MLS GIFs or soccer GIFs that you think would be kind of funny, yo, tweet at us. Let us know,
man. We got you.
Let us know. We'll take another day and of filming GIFs, which is a thing that you can do as a millennial. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, man. Get your GIF on. Shouts to us for doing GIFs.
For doing GIFs. Shouts to us for inventing GIFs.
Yo, we put them on the map.
Just like Atlanta invented soccer, we invented GIFs.
That was nice of them, and this is nice of us.
You're welcome, society, for bringing you such incredible technology. So so CCL. Let's start with that because a bunch of games, and let's talk about them. I love I get to do this. Let's talk about these games in the order that they were played.
I know.
Right?
I hate it, but you love it.
Houston played against Guastatoya from Guatemala.
Right.
And the 1-0 game, the game wasn't super exciting.
And shouts to
us again.
Shouts to us for saying it correctly, but shouts to them for all these old Aztec tongue twister ass names. Guastatoya, you can't just put that down to Goya.
I mean, the sponsor fits, and the crest, it's all there.
I think Guastatoya was the original word for Goya, and they were like, yo, this wraps around a can, my guy. We got to cut this down a little bit. People won't know this is beans.
So, but their game ended 1-0. Houston wins this game.
Houston coming in strong.
Yeah, Houston, they won the U.S. Open Cup. When it comes to tournaments,
unless it's MLS.
No, I'm saying when it comes to just a straight up tournament, Houston seems that they have a game that they can win. They can win these in England FA Cups and
and the Caribou Cup and all that
for the whole season.
Nah, they can't do it.
That's not for them.
This is like the guy who buys too many gifts for his side pieces kids and not enough for his own. His family's like, what's going on? The other family's like, I don't know, man, this guy's pretty great.
Yes, that is exactly what it is like.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody totally related. But obviously the talking point of this game was the golazo from DeMarcus Beasley, the man who never ages.
Youth on his side, really.
Yeah, sure. I mean, he should be in the U20 World Cup, but he'll be fine.
He'd be fine. He'd be burning them kids.
And so it made it. The game in itself was, just kind of that back and forth. This is basically what preseason for the MLS teams, right? So they always have a tough time, but that's sort of the case when, especially in these first Champions League games, we never know what are the teams even going to look like? They haven't played a real game. They played a couple of preseason matches. They haven't played.
Even these matches aren't a clear indication of what they're going to be like during the season either.
Yeah.
This preseason. But
so
if you had hope that your team's going to play well, at least, Houston fans are like, okay.
Yeah. It's basically like it's the first day of school and the teacher's like, well, the final test is up right now. Like, I hope you studied.
You know what it's like? It's like, when you come first day of school and you flex a little too hard, you show up with all your dope gear at once.
Oh, yeah. You got your clothes.
Next day, you'll be like, I would just a white t-shirt and jeans. You know what I mean? But for right now.
I had to pull this from my hamper. I had nothing else.
You got two of them Supreme fanny packs on at the same time. You flex too hard. That's what's happening. This isn't who you're going to be all season long.
So, but the goal from DeMarcus Beasley was incredible, and you would think if the return leg, which is happening tonight, we're recording this on Tuesday, so you know what happened. The result. You would presume that Houston at home should probably take care of this. If they just have to. If the game ends 0-0, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they played at the dog pitch already. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
At the dog track.
And now they'll play at their dog track.
Yeah.
BBVA Compass Field is not always the best.
It wasn't always, but I feel like it's the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? If it's looking messy now.
Some high school football.
I know.
Probably,
Would you host a cha-cha competition on this damn field?
Next up, Atletico Pantoja hosted the New York Red Bulls.
There we go.
DR in the house. República Dominicana, Santo Domingo, coño.
They won even regardless of the score.
That's it. As soon as the fixture is scheduled, they're already winners.
They came here and they were like, yo, bring us right now to some damn pollo and plátanos because we know our people are up here. We're getting to visit our cousins.
Yes. Look,
are there even any Dominicans on this team?
There are Dominicans. No, there's a couple. Yeah,
three.
There's a Polanco on the team.
What?
Yeah. What? Hell yeah.
For real?
Yeah, there's a Polanco on the team. Okay, so
socio,
my cousin out there. You got to represent. So this game, obviously, I was at the Chivas Cibao FC game last year
at Cibao.
At Cibao, right?
Which, by the way, everyone's giving credit to Atlanta for sending 92-9 down to Herediano.
Yeah.
Bruh,
Cooligan's been doing it.
Are you for real?
Okay. Yeah. And
we sent a correspondent.
I didn't have the Atlanta Journal-Constitutional out there sending me.
Nah, bruh.
All right. I had to go to my Citibank account to send me out there.
We did that right before we started Gully Squad. So
okay.
We had to put that on our own card. Okay.
So, look, whenever a Dominican team is in Champions League, obviously you can't expect too much. But they only lost 2-0.
That's not bad.
That's not bad
Against Red Bull, which is one of the better teams last year.
Last year, Cibao FC lost 2-0 to Chivas as well.
Okay.
So Chivas beat Red Bull in Champions League last year.
So what you're saying
So what I'm saying is technically Atletico Pantoja Cibao FC is better than Red Bull.
Atletico Pantoja is coming out.
I think that's how it works.
Yeah. I mean, now you heard it here first. Put all your money on it. Get that reverse mortgage you've been thinking about.
No, but look.
Real quick, just before, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. If we got, what was it, Mr. Staves? What was the teacher's name? Who listens to us? The 7th grade teacher.
Oh, yeah, I think it's Staves.
Staves.
Yeah.
I don't whatever. Remember. You know what we're talking about. Yo, kids, you get off half day again. Sorry, go ahead. What were we talking about?
Staves 49. Okay.
Staves.
All right.
Mr. Staves.
I'm glad you stopped the show for that.
Yo, kids, get out now, son. You good. Yo, he's mad cool. You don't care about the teachers union.
So, there was an own goal and then a goal from Royer. They were pretty much dumb. Rebels are dumb. They're a very good team. So they go out to the Dominican Republic. They should be fine. Right?
Yeah, they're going to be just fine. But, I mean, if the math works out the way you suggested, they will not be fine.
They will not be fine in that return leg.
A little bit of a meltdown from the RBNY Twitter.
Only 2-0. But look, credit to them. The first half, like the first 40 minutes, essentially, they were like, the Rebels having some trouble scoring. And I was like, as a Dominicano, I'm like, all right, there's a little bit of pride that we held them off for a little bit.
That's it. That's all you need to do.
That's all we need. We just didn't get embarrassed out there.
That's it. You left with your pride.
So the return leg is...
How many of the players got, like, gator skin soccer boots, Some fancy ass.
I think you think Dominican Republic is Washington Heights here. It's very different.
That's all I picture in my head.
Dominican Republic is very, very different than the Dominican Republic in New York.
Don't ruin the image in my head, Christian.
Okay, there's a little bit more humility, I would say, and extreme poverty.
Then what happens on that plane, man?
It's just, look, it's like when rappers get their first contract, right? You know, that first deal.
Oh my God!
It's like, I don't even know anybody out in the projects I was raised in.
That's that new money, huh? I can't hear you on this iPhone with your scratchy ass burner.
It goes from que to que lo que.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll see. The second leg is tonight when you're listening to this is on Wednesday, February 27th. Which I'm gonna go. I'm going to be at the game. Alexis, you can't make it to the game.
I cannot make it to the game, and that's unfortunate.
But I will be there, and it should be super, super fun. So so next up, what was the other game in CCL? I'm pulling up right here. It is Sporting KC against Toluca. This one was amazing to watch. Dude, the atmosphere at Sporting Kansas City was amazing, even though it wasn't full. This looked like... It was because it was also very, very cold. I know that, but this looked very much like Sporting Kansas City hadn't stopped their playoff run. They were I see your point. Yeah. This playoff form. Mid-season form, and against a Liga MX side, which you every time. An MLS team plays a Liga MX team, you're like, all right, well, let's just hope. It's like the way Dominicans are when they play against an MLS team. They're like, I hope we don't get embarrassed. That's it. Just walk away with some pride. But let me tell you something. That Toluca team, they were doing all the tricks. Yeah. Every time they got even touched, they were rolling around on the ground. And I know people hate it. Dude, why aren't we doing more of that? Because people hate it. Bomb threats. I know. But who cares if people hate it? It works, man. Okay, I mean, it didn't work for them. Well, not for them because Sporting Kansas City was a better team. Sure. But imagine the better team also did them dirty-ass tricks is what I'm trying to say is we need to get a bit more skeezy. Okay. Why aren't we more skeezy, Christian? Look, if Alexis ran CONCACAF, I mean, it's... oh, please. No, it would just be... Just let me near the books. So, this game... 3-0 for Sporting Kansas City, and they looked incredibly dominant. There was just so many incredible. Who was it that scored? Nemeth, Herso Fernandez, and Ilie. And the Ilie goal, right?
Ilie goal was bananas.
Bananas.
Okay.
So these
it was plátanos because we're keeping it real.
So, but more than anything, I was impressed with how entertaining the game was, and how Sporting Kansas City seemed not. You know what? We're giving a lot of credit to the and somebody pointed this out on Twitter. I don't remember who it was, but the goals were dope, but Matt Besler and Seth Sinovic were spectacular.
Sinovic was all over the field.
Sinovic was like, you know what? This offseason, I'm going to work on nutmegging dudes, cutting dudes by.
Yeah, I'm going to just start embarrassing other dudes.
And somebody mentioned on Twitter.
He was like, yo, you trying to replace me, my guy?
Apologies, I don't remember who it was, but somebody on Twitter tweeted at us and said.
I think it was Seth Sinovic's burner account.
Seth Sinovic's burner account did say that Seth apparently the Cooligans effect the Cooligans have a reverse effect on Seth Sinovic.
He got gullier once he came on the podcast.
So him and Matt Besler were so just on point.
Hey, hold on, Besler was on the pod too. Okay,
exactly.
You're welcome. Yo, shouts to us.
Shouts to us.
Yo, shouts to us for solving Sporting Kansas City backline issues.
Okay, all right. I think we're the new GMs of Sporting Kansas City.
Bruh, I mean, I'm looking in this box for a little Sporting Kansas City jersey. I don't see it.
Okay, I mean, look. When I think when you start sending us pizza boxes full of gifts,
shit's gonna happen.
Your season might get a little bit better.
In fact, legit gonna put $100 on Orlando City to win MLS Cup this year.
All right, you got us into gambling.
Bruh.
All right.
We're going to wait till that third episode of the Cooligans drops, and it's just us pleading for money.
They taking away my family.
Oh, bro. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I had a good feeling about Minnesota United that week.
Winning all of it. Wait, hold on. I clicked on undefeated. Oh, man. Who's paying my rent? We need 700 of you to sign up for Gully Squad. ASAP, man. I owe a lot of bad people a lot of money.
Okay, it's mostly Soccer United marketing. They're after us, my guy.
This is the dumbest episode we've ever had, and I love every second of it. Yo, if you send us gifts, look how happy we get. Yo, shouts to us.
So, let's talk about. It was a great game, but let's move on to.
Well, how you think it's gonna end though? Because Toluca's going back home, and nobody wants to lose to an MLS team.
No,
they're gonna be playing big.
Sporting Kansas City are gonna play like.
Say it like a Latino. Sporting Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Sporting Kansas City.
Ya me entienden, coño.
Okay, ya tú sabes lo que estoy diciendo.
They're gonna do what the Red Bulls did against who they played, Cholos. I think they were like, yo, we got a lead.
Yeah.
Oh, no, actually, was it the first leg was over there, and they were just like, yo, if we can get one and get out of here.
Yeah, park that bus and maybe hit him on that counter.
With a clean sheet, they'll be good to go. And I'm confident, especially with the way Beezer was playing, Sinovic, and just that back line. Because I was worried, Iko Powers left. He went to Minnesota. Yeah. I was like, oh, they might have a tough time. They seemed totally fine.
Sinovic's like, yo, I got it.
Yeah, Ike was holding us back.
He was like, yo, now that Ike's gone, you're going to see the real Sinovic.
So next game.
We got to talk about this, too.
What are we going to talk about?
Can't forget that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Can't forget that.
So, CCL wouldn't be CCL without some just straight up madness, right?
There is some CCL fever.
So, Herediano of Costa Rica.
That's right.
Invites
Club Sport Herediano.
Invites the Atlanta United.
Uncle Arthur loads up in the PJ.
Exactly. He's like, yo, I'm going.
Yo, no, they're like, no, it's cool. You don't have to. I'm already here.
Yeah. I clicked interested on the Facebook invite.
Okay.
You thought I wasn't gonna show up.
You thought that was just for games?
You think I'm like you, like these other phonies out here clicking going,
and then they don't show up?
I don't show up? Nah, okay.
Now, Playboy.
I ain't gonna deceive you.
No. Uncle Arthur here to stay. Also, what's the Wi-Fi? Your boy trying to get on Tinder. Tinder.
So this game and 3-1 for Herediano. Watching this game, I saw every minute of this game. And
me too. There was
because it was the hype, right? The Atlanta United MLS
people was
Cup
talking
champions.
like 6-2.
Yo, straight up, they were just like, "Oh, this Costa Rican never." Ere what? Ere who?
Ere quién? ¿Quién tú eres?
So they the confidence was very high for Atlanta United, for Atlanta United fans. I think they thought it was gonna be a cakewalk, and Herediano was like, "Nah, son."
Now you can't leave. Click.
You here for the whole 94 minutes or whatever.
You're getting washed.
Yo.
And not the way you want, Uncle Arthur.
I thought it was two things came to mind. I thought it was Atlanta United did not expect that from Herediano. I think they thought they were playing like an Atletico Pantoja, right? I think they thought it was just they weren't gonna be as skilled as those guys actually were.
I don't think that's it. I think Atlanta never really, once or twice I've ever seen them sort of change up. You know what I mean? For like the competition. They play their game. I think they walked in thinking they were gonna be big dogging it.
Okay.
And when they got punched in the face, they had no plan.
Well, the first goal.
The plan was to do what they're already doing harder. You know what I mean?
Well, the first goal came from a mistake from LGP.
Right. That whole back line was trash.
You
got to come on the podcast. You want your back line to be good, you got to come on Hooligans, bro.
Okay.
We done solved Sinovich.
Yeah. If you play up front, don't come on this podcast.
Do not come on this podcast. Because you'll be a good defender, but your boy ain't scoring.
All right? You're going to be like Jesse Zardes has been playing right back real soon.
All right? Somebody call. Oh, yeah, never mind.
So, but that, just a dumb mistake. And this is an early season lack of chemistry mistake.
But this also doesn't tell you what the rest of the season's going to be.
Okay.
This may not be a clear sign of what's to come. But if you are an Atlanta United fan, you may have faith, but you definitely got some fear.
Look, when they were down 2-0, and at that point, it looked like there was just disarray. I mean, they defensively there wasn't that clear communication. It seemed like it was they had a 3-man back line, if I remember correctly, and they definitely had. It felt like was it Miles Robinson, LGP, and Parkhurst were each one were like they each had to play like hero defensive ball. Like they weren't working as a unit to defend.
Not at all. And Guzan had no idea where it was coming from.
And you saw it with LGP making a couple of clearances and then having to scream at people and he was arguing. He was screaming at George Bello a couple times for not marking. And
Bello did not look good.
Bello did not look good.
He looked at every bit of that 17. Man.
Yeah, I mean he swole. He swole as hell.
Oh, he big.
He big, but it seemed like he's a little slower because of it.
He left the tape room to get to that bench room is what happened.
And I don't know how beneficial that really was because he didn't have the confidence that we saw from the minutes that he was getting.
But it's also not completely his fault because the whole back line looked confused. They didn't know what Herediano was going to do.
No.
And you could tell me, unless Herediano came in and was like, yo, we're going to do everything different than we normally do, you cannot tell me they even focused a little bit in practice on what Herediano was going to do. Because it seemed like they're like, players were in different positions they weren't expecting. They were coming at them at angles they weren't expecting. It was trash. And that 3-4-3, that needs to go.
Okay, so now the De Boer, Frank De Boer out. People are like one
chirping. They're chirping.
You hear them.
They're gonna have a banner. I heard Robbie is from Arsenal Fan TV is flying to Atlanta as we speak.
Shout out to
us.
Not to us, to our Twitter account for receiving this message.
Yes.
From Igor Mortis, of the Timbers Timbers tattoo artist extraordinaire. He sent us a tweet mentioning how Frank De Boer's, because Frank De Boer is Dutch, how Frank De Boer's name is supposed to be pronounced, which we've been saying it wrong this whole time.
Is it Deber?
No. So this is so he mentioned in the message that Frank they pronounce the A. So I don't know if it's the A or in general, but Frank is pronounced Frank.
Well, yeah.
Okay, but look, what am I? The Dutch is calling us out.
Okay.
Right? So he said it's Frank. I don't know how.
You got to roll the R?
So they in Dutch you roll the R. So I
didn't know white people had it in them. That's pretty dope. Frank?
White people have that feature?
Yeah. Wow. Would you unlock that?
Okay, you got that XP,
right? You won level 7.
So it's Frank De Boer. Yeah. So you roll the R.
Did he send you audio?
No. He just he phonetically said how you say it. Oh, he described how to say it. So I'm assuming that's how it is. That is my interpretation of it.
De Boer. Yeah, you boys go back to De Boer.
I kind of like De Boer.
De Boer is pretty dope.
It feels like
it's hard to yell though. Like I'm not happy with Frank De Boer.
It sounds like De Boer sounds like something you can like whisper to your lady, you know?
Yeah. Hey, you want to go back in the other room and De Boer? Sorry, I just spit in your ear. Baby, come to De Boer.
So, yes, the concern was I love that in general, American soccer is becoming more meticulous, and the scrutiny is getting a little higher.
Yeah, absolutely. More people are paying attention,
and people were paying attention to
if a team loses 3-1 at Herediano 4 years ago, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
But not the Atlanta United who invented the sport.
Yeah,
they can't lose like that.
The owner watched them lose.
He flew out to Costa Rica.
Oh, it's at 28-42, whatever that was, 28-3.
And he didn't go to just like his summer home. Okay?
No,
he went to a stadium.
I mean, he was so angry he bought a summer home. They're like, sir, you can't buy this as a family. He's like, I said I want it.
Get out of here.
I'm from the goddamn Bronx.
So, a cause for concern. People, Atlanta United fans are still pretty optimistic that they can turn this around. But I'll be honest, and best of luck to Atlanta United. I don't think they can turn this around. I think they are still figuring themselves out. They are not.
You mean CCL or for the whole season?
CCL, and I think the beginning of the season might be a little bit rough.
Okay, you think they're gonna have a choppy waters?
Right? Darlington Nagbe was having. There was rumors
that he wanted out, but
right?
that's not happening.
That's not happening.
He's staying.
They said he sorted that out, but they mentioned that. But while he was going through that ordeal, he didn't play any preseason games. So the lack of Darlington Nagbe there, and then he ended up getting substituted later in the game, but he wasn't the same. He didn't fit in, and clearly something was going on or something was wrong.
Yeah, because De Boer is out here.
You have to say it like that.
He's out here, like sort of scheduling, and he's putting together a formation without them. And then next thing you know, now he's got to fit in Nagbe.
Yeah.
And he's doing it days before you travel down to Herediano. That's not good.
Yeah. So I think the chemistry with the team is not there. Obviously, Tata leaving, our new coach, new systems. There was a quote from Michael Parkhurst in, I believe, in an Athletic article. I think Felipe.
Was it him going, help!
Help me, please!
Which one's your guy? He said PTSD.
The fact he put it on paper, so good for him. But I think it was a Felipe Cardenas article, and Parkhurst did mention that
Felipe Cardi. Shouts to Felipe. Shouts to us for hanging out with Felipe when we was down there.
So really cool on us for doing that.
Honestly, it's pretty dope of us to allow Frank. Frank Cardenas.
Felipe. I don't
know. I was trying to throw in.
He had mentioned that De Boer, his there's way more strict. Like if you're 5 minutes late or 10 minutes late to a meeting, like that's
right. What was it? Somebody said like when it was the South American guys, like if it started at 9:15, who cares?
Yeah, no.
They come out dancing and singing.
No. The Dutch do not operate that way.
The Dutch are like, we have said, look at the papers. I don't know why they're German.
That's German.
But it's strict. I'm a fan of that style of coaching. You know what I mean?
Are you? Okay.
Yeah, like the whole, if you're 5 minutes early, you're already 5 minutes, like you're late, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even though I would never be able to survive in that, I enjoy that. I like that. I think it builds a better team. The evidence in front of me suggests that I may be wrong.
It might be some like growing pains and just really people figuring out like, getting all these South Americans in line like that.
Which also tells me, they got to sell Jonathan Lewis to Atlanta last year. That's where he would have been just fine.
So look, not only
it's like, oh man, I'm going to be 15 mints late. Well, thanks for showing up early.
There were so many issues. Barco, I don't understand what the strategy is for Ezekiel Barco to just hold on to the ball and take as many touches as he wants. That can't be the best strategy. He seemed like a real ball hawk. He seemed like, Tata sat me last season.
You're going to see all my skills.
I'm going to get all the touches this season in this game.
Yeah. How my minutes with the ball looking? Like, we're losing. I said, how many minutes have I had the ball? He looked like he was not trusting anybody.
Yeah, very noticeable, very strange.
Pity Martinez also, he had moments.
Pity Martinez
had moments.
Does not earn the PT. He's Gonzalo Martinez in that game because he wasn't the South American footballer of the year that we saw.
There was no PT about anything he was doing. He had moments where we were like, oh, okay, that's why you buy him, right? And then there's other moments where you're like, where the hell is that? But even where's that $30 million a player up front?
Even he seemed frustrated, and like there's some message that was probably sent from De Boer and then just didn't really resonate with people. Something went wrong. I don't know what exactly. But
today's a double whammy for Atlanta fans, right? Orlando out here sending us merch with our new favorite team. Might I add that Christian and I have, my God, this is such a tiny jersey. I'm holding Christian's. This is insane. It's like a child. We have season tickets to a team. They never sent us no jersey.
They have not. But hey,
they never even gave us a pizza box, bro. And those are easier to come by here, right? Double whammy, man. We're talking messy and dirty right now about Atlanta. But I say, Atlanta fans, wash this out of your mind. Unless the second game is like this as well, because I can't imagine that's what the whole season is going to be. Because De Boer has, a very...
it seems like the sound you make after a tweet is sent.
Yeah. Sorry, my phone's on vibrate. De Boer. Oh, hold on.
That's going to be the new Cardi B. And then...
De Boer. De Boer.
All right. All right, Cardi. I didn't know you paid attention to American soccer like that.
You like competitions in this hemisphere? soccer competitions? Across continents?
All right.
Continental competitions?
Hopefully they can figure it out. It's going to be, a bit tough.
Yeah.
But maybe they can do it. I don't know. I think if they score 2 goals, right, it'll go to extra time. But they can't give up a goal.
Who got the header? Who missed the header?
Who missed?
There was a header that somebody missed. I think it was Joseph Martinez. Joseph Martinez missed a header.
He is the tallest man on the pitch.
Yeah, he deserves to get balls flung at his head because he's 4'8". Yeah. But if he hits that, if they get one, you walk away with they get two. You walk away with a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, they got the goal from Julian Gressel again.
Yeah. No celebration.
Been on the show.
Okay.
Been on the show.
Scoring.
Midfielders could do all right.
Right?
You know, the cool.
You lose it when you get to the top. When you get to the front, you'll be like, oops.
My bad.
Don't come on our show.
Didn't mean to.
Men in Blazers for you.
Didn't mean to lower your self-esteem by roasting you so hard, dog.
That's my fault.
But we will learn for next time.
But I think if they would have gotten 2, you feel a little bit more comfortable. And here's the thing. They're not playing at home. They're playing on some high school field or something, right?
That's right. They're playing on Kennesaw Field. I think it's a college or something like that.
Oh, man.
It's a small pitch. It's
They
not,
couldn't even go back to... If they went back to Bobby Dodd, that would have been litty.
But yeah, that would have been cool. They can't play at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
It's a monster train.
It's a monster truck rally.
Come on. Gravedigger's going to eat another car.
That's right.
Come watch one car jump over other cars that are positioned perfectly inside of dirt.
The new 4th DP is Gravedigger.
Come watch a robot spew fire.
Look, the rest.
A Ford Focus will open the roof of Mercedes-Benz Arena.
The next games of this week, watch them. They'll be on the Yahoo on Yahoo Sports. Just go to yahoo.com and click on soccer.
Dude, they got an app for Roku. They got an app for iPhones.
Yeah,
There's a
some
ton
people
of
were
ways.
saying they were having trouble casting it to their TV, but
It's too much technology.
it's too much.
That's Christian, yo. Email
Email me.
IT@soccercooligans.com. Goes right to Christians. Goes right to Christians.
IT
Google Glasses.
I provide all the CONCACAF tech support. That's what I do.
Honestly, probably better than what they're currently using. Or back when it was Go 90.
So, okay, so let's. So we have an interview today that we'll get to in a moment. With Yael Averbuch.
Yael Averbuch.
Plays for the Seattle Reign. She is the head of Techne Football. A really cool app, a soccer app to get your skills up.
She's also she's heavily involved in Street FC, which is we talked about.
And she's also the president of the NWSL Players Union. So
that's amazing. And she's just an overall dope person.
Exactly.
Really happy to talk to her.
So we'll talk to her in a bit. So there's a couple other things, and then we'll get to that interview. So
oh my God, is that 2 weeks in a row with NWSL players?
No, because Carl Martino does not play.
Sorry, is that 2 out of 3 of the last weeks?
2 out of the last 3 weeks, yes, there's NWSL.
Wow.
Players. Okay, yeah, wow.
I think we might be the most only podcast doing that.
So let's talk about Kepa. Let's talk about Kepa. Let's talk about this. Because,
you know what? Yeah, let's talk about Kepa. Sorry, I was going to say something else, but I think we're going to talk about that next.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. So Chelsea Football Club plays against Manchester City in the EFL Cup final, and if you don't. Sometimes, because I had this problem, I was always like, what are all these tournaments out in England?
Right.
Who's playing? Why is there an FA Cup? Why is there a League Cup? And whatever. And the best way to explain it to you is that that's just how it is.
It don't make sense.
They don't get it. Trust me, it's just like the stuff was created in like the 1910s and 1920s, and they're like, it's always been this way.
Yeah, cocaine was legal back then. That's all you have to know. No one knew it was bad.
And then the idea of changing it to people feels like, but my papa, he loved this mediocre, meaningless championship.
So you're saying you're gonna make a change, and my granddad and his granddad spent their time cheering for something that wasn't important. Is that what you're saying?
Okay.
You're going to ruin my legacy.
Exactly. And this is why Brexit is happening, right?
Why? To you. I don't know what they say.
So the League Cup, which
state.
The winner. So I believe the League Cup is only allowed for the Division 1 and 2. So it's only
no.
That's what I thought it was.
No, so FA Cup
or something.
FA Cup is every team
in
England
in professional. Yeah,
doesn't matter if you're in the conferences.
Yes.
It doesn't matter if you're in League 2 or 3.
Correct.
Everybody gets in.
Yeah,
everybody gets a chance.
Yeah,
right. If the domestic, that's the domestic cup.
Yes,
the League Cup is for the people that aren't in the conferences. So the teams that are only in the leagues.
Got it. Okay, so more than just 2 divisions. Got it.
Yeah, that's right. I explained it. Of course my head hurts now.
So that's what that tournament is, if you don't know.
So this is just for the leagues.
Exactly.
None of this is important. You shouldn't get a parade.
So they celebrate too much for something that is not.
Yeah. Unless you're one of the lower league teams, then go for it.
Exactly. That's the only reason it would. That's the only context in where it would sort of be exciting.
Or you're a team with an American on it. Bang, bang.
Okay. So
speaking of Chelsea.
Because
Christian Pulisic is showing up to a very stable home.
If you didn't see this game, nothing much happened except
at the end.
At the end, the extra time, the game is 0-0. There is a save from Kepa Arrizabalaga, and he is.
You ain't need to do all that.
Okay, I mean we said the bor, so might as well.
Wait till we get. What is he's Spanish?
He's
right?
Spanish, yeah.
From Asturias or Bilbao.
I don't know where he's from.
I think he's Basque. Wait till we get one of those emails. Tell us how to say it.
Arrizabalaga.
Yeah.
So
it's Kepa.
So
dices Kepa.
So he makes a save, pulls up with a cramp. He's clearly in pain. His manager sees that he is in pain. This is already the second time he is kind of gone limp. No pun intended, or no sexual innuendo suggested.
Yeah, I don't think that's pause. I think it's what you're supposed to say.
No, I say I don't say pause anymore. I say no sexual innuendo intended, sir.
Yeah, good sir. So you're saying there's no sexual? All right.
So obviously Mauricio Sarri sees this and he's like, all right, well, let's get the backup keeper warmed up.
It's not just that.
What is it?
The backup keeper,
Willy Caballero,
had trained all season last season against the team that's about to take penalties.
He trained with them.
He sat in goal.
A Manchester City player. Yeah, he was a Manchester City player, yeah.
So he is not just not injured, but also prepared.
Yes.
To go against these boys.
He's good at what he does, and he's also a great penalty stopper in general, right? So
sorry.
So obviously,
so sorry. I don't know how
you see an injured player, you're like, all right, well, I have a pretty decent backup. This is not a bad idea to get this.
Tactically, it all makes sense. You bring in Willy Caballero,
get this guy ready to go, and then this is the thing that was almost unprecedented in soccer, right? Where the board goes up to substitute the player.
I legit thought you just said the bor. The bor is on there too. He's doing everything. He's the fourth official. Willy Caballero standing there doing them windmill stretches.
He's like, so he's serious.
He's like, all right, this is perfect.
He called my number. Coach called my number.
Caballero's coming in.
And then Kepa is straight up just being like, no,
waves
him off. And the reason it became it wasn't just like a wave off and then like, oh, okay, well, he's fine. Let me go sit down. I'm the manager. The player told me he's fine. Let me go sit down back in my chair.
No, Sarri ripped his jacket open.
Ripped his jacket open like the Incredible Hulk.
Goes to leave, comes back.
He's just like,
he yells at every one of his coaches.
Dude lost his mind, and then
appropriately so.
Yeah, because he got
mutiny out here.
The insubordination
alone,
my God, is it's just straight up disrespect to his Kepa's disrespect to his manager. And yeah, of course, every reason to get upset. Whether there was some miscommunication or not, once the manager is standing,
what is there miscommunication? He's saying no, I'm not coming off. That means he understands.
Yeah, that he is being asked to come off.
He saw the numbers on the board, so he knows that he's supposed to come off.
Yeah.
He sees Willy Caballero on the other side of the ads, getting himself a little stretch going. He knows exactly what's about to happen, and the boy's like, I ain't ready to come out.
Yeah, and there's probably about 4 or 5 minutes left before extra time ends, and it goes into penalties. You don't want a player with a cramp going into penalties.
Nope.
So it's a reasonable idea to substitute him. And yeah, and sorry, and this is where it led to the all the commotion and everything, and everybody talking about it because people were like, "Yo,
this don't happen.
This doesn't happen." When you get asked, when the number goes up, and the manager is standing there right at the touchline,
you're done.
You're done. You got to get off the pitch,
unless he thinks you're injured. And you tell him no before that number goes up.
It's weird because there is a I don't know if it's a double standard, but there's different rules for keepers, right? Because like if there's an injury to a field player, right, and especially if it's a head injury, let's say, or whatever, the referee has the ability to send the player off and get to the touchline so he can be evaluated and then they be brought back on. But for goalkeepers,
you can't do that.
You can't do that.
A couple long balls coming at you. Yeah.
So they wait as long as they possibly can, and really make sure that if the keeper can keep going and can continue, they'll let him do that. So they give him time to do that. So
Sadi was pissed. Here's my thing. This would not happen in MLS. Imagine this happened at RSL. How you think Pecky's going to handle that?
Pecky will run onto the pitch, grab the player.
He's going to smash that over his knee.
He's going to grab a player by the ear.
I literally was about to say that. Absolutely.
Pull him right off. Like,
bro, he's like, I told you he's coming off.
Okay.
He's coming off. Find me. I don't care. Drain my bank account.
Going, no dinner, straight to bed for you. Okay? Roost snack.
Trey, get that printer going.
Okay? And print the rules again. Because apparently this child does not know.
This chap has not read the pamphlet I gave him at the beginning of the season.
Look, all right. So if you haven't seen the video of it, I'm sure you have. There's no way you haven't. Go on our Twitter, go on our Instagram. We made a bunch of jokes about it. But so what happened afterwards? The backlash, right? Or just the responses to it. Kepa Sorrygate. Kepa sends out a Instagram and like Twitter apology saying,
of course he lost, by the way.
He did. They did lose. Yes,
they lost in penalties. My man made all. If he would have won, this would have looked bad on Sarri. It still doesn't look great.
It does look great. It looks worse.
Nah, he lost.
Yeah.
So this is Kepa's fault. It looks bad that Sarri is clearly lost. If there was any
It's
hope.
more embarrassing to Sarri, but it looks worse for the professionalism of Kepa.
Kepa's gone.
Oh, I don't know about that. So we can talk about that in a second.
Kepa's got to go.
So he sent an apology saying like,
not my Kepa.
That wasn't my intention and all this other stuff. And we talk a lot. We've mentioned this on the show before. Most goalkeepers tend to be
crazy people,
but they also tend to be a little older. They're usually like 25 and above. And
yeah. You get better as you get older. You can play to like 35, 38.
Kepa is how old is Kepa? He is 24. Fairly young. This is his first year with Chelsea, but he was playing
last year with Chelsea.
He was playing in Spain as well. So for a keeper to be this young and be this trusted at a big club,
yeah, he's great.
Big deal.
Can play with the ball at his feet.
But I think we're seeing the lack of maturity. All right,
but De Gea was fairly young. I think even younger than 24 when he first got to Manchester United. I can't remember.
I don't know.
Like it doesn't excuse you from doing it. I mean, there's kids that know you don't do this.
Sure. And I don't know look, I can only think of it as Kepa's that will to win. He didn't want to get taken off of the game.
Right.
And he wanted to get to penalties and he wanted to win it. And he did stop a penalty. He also let one go by under him with when Aguero took the shot. But you understand the motivation. It doesn't make it right. You know, once the manager...
There's no excuse for this whatsoever. There really is none.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. Unless he was waving, saying, I can't walk off on my own. Bring out somebody here to come get me.
Yeah.
There's zero excuse for this.
It was just straight up...
Unless you just don't care about the manager.
It was like a competitive stubbornness. And I presume...
Then you know what you do? You pull the Joseph Martinez. You rip your shin guards out. You know, you take your gloves off and you leave some tape on the field. You flip out. You show it on the way out. You gotta be an adult.
Yeah, at the very least, put it on Sarri. He made that decision.
Yeah, that's on him.
The L is on him. He made this choice. Yeah, I would agree.
You know what he did? Instead of pointing and saying, "Yo, that's the dude that's doing all the wrong," he committed he martyred himself. He's out. He's out. So you can't. The next guy's not going to trust this dude.
So what ended up
24 years old. I knew more than that at 24.
I actually don't think that.
I still don't know that much.
Kepa apologizes. Then sorry.
Does not accept. Unfollows him on
in the
Instagram.
press conference. This is before after the game, but sorry says that it was a misunderstanding. Kepa handled it wrong, but he was right in saying that he felt okay and he was right in wanting to play.
You know what?
So this is what he said. And after that happened, after I saw that, I'm like, that seems like a lie. There's no way.
Of course, that's a lie.
There's no way he's okay.
He's trying to protect the player, which is actually kind of gallant.
Yeah, nice of him. But when
I would not do that.
What happens the next day? Kepa is fined a week's wages. So, which you're not cool with it. No, don't say he was right in any. He said handled it wrong. fined a week's wages, and now
I'm gonna show you how much you fucked up.
and he gets paid. So that's not no money, but for a footballer, whatever.
A week. I mean,
he'll be fine.
Whatever.
But so going forward, now the question is, will Kepa be suspended a game? Will he be gone from Chelsea?
Aaron West put on Twitter that he's training with the U12s next week. I mean, this dude can't be trusted.
Sorry. This is gonna end up being the Mourinho Pogba thing to some degree, and Sarri's not gonna win. He's already having so many Eden Hazard can't stand him. So many issues. There's no win for him. He has to he has to try to galvanize the team to win some damn games and get to top 4. And if he loses if he loses the next game or next 2 games, I think he's out. So I think Abramovich, who's not allowed in England, I think he's gonna side with the player here.
I think Sarri's going to be gone because he's it's not looking great. Even though I heard his record was better than somebody else's. I can't remember.
Okay, well,
really great facts here.
All right, Ben Bear.
I come out here with the real data. His record right now is better than a previous manager. You're welcome.
Okay, and then the last thing we should talk about before we get to our interview that we have to make sure we mention. It's a serious subject that we'll probably make some fun of as well.
Of course.
But this is very relevant to Major League Soccer. Your boy, Robert Kraft. Okay. All right. Hanging out in Florida as well.
Yeah. Yeah, we got he was not beating the drum with the stick. It's unfortunate.
All right. So Robert Kraft, if you are not aware, was caught in was charged in a prostitution
human trafficking
ring. Apparently there was a spa that he used to frequent.
Okay.
Some people are saying 2 times in one day.
Damn.
Okay.
That's where he gets all that energy from. That's why he's so relaxed.
So, yes. So there's
video of him.
Yeah, so I was watching the press conference with the police officers, and people are like, so you're saying that he allegedly was involved in sexual acts with some of these women, and the guy was like, no. We have video of it.
Yeah, no. Oh, did we misquote ourselves on the press?
We know exactly.
Press briefing? Oh no, we know for sure.
We know.
And your boy lasts long.
So okay, all right. It took a long time. All right, it was longer than a Vine. Trust me.
Let me tell you this. I had to watch the whole thing. Okay.
Okay.
Lost my lunch.
Robert Kraft. Yes, and involved.
He's out here getting cheapy HJs.
So, gross and whatever.
Some people are like, "Who cares?" Some people are like, "This is terrible."
Look, we're not here. I'm a person of whatever. About sex workers shouldn't be vilified.
Yeah, or illegal
and whatever.
I'm the same. I mean, whatever gets you off.
Yeah.
As long as
and also, I need to make money somehow. Cooligans is not paying my rent.
Okay, that's that other gully squad. So whatever. Look, what gets you off as long as it's consenting adults. Here's the issue: is that a lot of times these women are not consenting adults.
Exactly.
They're being held. And look, this came up in research for not research, I guess whatever it's called.
Your school project?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
Yeah, I know. Damn, your science fair project is lit. It's not a volcano, but it functions the same.
Okay, I didn't think it would have this much detail.
That's a lot of veins, my guy. Where you get that much plaster of Paris. So here's my thing. They were looking for information on sex trafficking, human trafficking.
Yeah.
And then they found this. So clearly this wasn't just a bunch of willing adults, who signed up to be like, I'm going to come out here and give some HJs.
Yeah.
These are some people that aren't able to.
And if that's your voice when you are giving HJs, I don't know if I really want one from you.
All of a sudden.
You want this HJ or not? My guy.
Yo, this HJ going to be mad fire. You're about to get the most only HJ.
Okay, yeah. I don't know how aroused I'm going to be. It might be a little
I'm
tough.
struggling to maintain my posture is all I'm going to say. But what I'm saying is like, yo, this isn't right. And also, he's an outspoken advocate of, trying to...
Meek Mill.
Yeah, he's out here trying to free Meek. And look what happened.
Look what's going on, right?
He's freeing Meek. Not Meat Mill. There's a K, dude. So he's an outspoken advocate of sex trafficking or human trafficking and trying to stop it while he's out here
Really?
trying his hardest not to stop it.
And
Yeah. That's like a big thing for him, supposedly.
I didn't know that. Okay, cool. It's
Not cool.
not cool. I mean, it's good that he's against sex trafficking. and-
Apparently not, though. It's a bit of a front, is all I'm going to say.
I mean, look, maybe he didn't know. For all I know, I don't know. Who knows?
He didn't know what?
This is my issue. Maybe he didn't know that it was like sex slaves or something like that, or women that were trapped in that situation. I do not know. I'm just saying that for someone who's outspoken about it and then is participating in it, clearly, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt that he may have not known.
If he has a foundation and he's putting money into it, this is information he's heard.
Yeah,
that these types of places
I
are
also
frequented.
want to make it clear, I don't think Robert Kraft is like a good dude. All right, I'm not saying, I'm not defending him. Like the dude is like best friends with Trump and all this other stuff.
Yeah, you're not out here being like blah blah. But also, remember he gave his championship ring to Putin.
That's right. Yeah, he can't get it back.
He can't get it back. Yo, there's so many pieces together. Yo, this HJ is going to come up in the Robert Mueller investigation.
Okay.
This all leads to the top.
That's it. All right. The Manafort sentencing's coming up. I don't know. There might be some details.
What does Michael Cohen know about these HJs?
Okay. What does Michael Cohen know about TAM contracts?
Right?
The connection.
Right? It's all coming out.
So this is like going forward. A lot of people were just asking.
Imagine this is the reason they can't go get another DP. So I don't have that extra money because I'm out here doing these HJs.
Look, these HJs seem to be very affordable. He was getting
$59.
I don't know what. You could do this with a little bit more secrecy if you just invested a little bit more money.
Yo, I mean, the internet exists for a reason.
He would be better on Craigslist doing something.
Craigslist, the dude could pull up Raya or whatever that celebrity dating app is.
Yo, Robert Kraft, get on Black Planet or something.
Get on blackpeoplemeet.com. Get on Farmers Only with your MAGA hat.
Yo, you'll be a hit out there.
Are you kidding me? You get these HJs for free.
Ridiculous.
For free.
So,
where's your financial advisor?
So people
spreadsheet got a whole column. Agent. I mean, you do 2 a day. You got to go for a more affordable one, Mr. Kraft.
So people are asking the question.
I can't even eat white American cheese no more than singles.
Okay, well done. So people are asking, how is this going to affect Major League Soccer?
Can you hear how upset Christian is?
Yes, I mean, we got to keep going. We don't have all the time in the world. So people are asking how this is going to affect Major League Soccer, and some people are saying, should the
I think it's going to make them a bit more relaxed in the beginning, but then after a couple hours, after a couple hours, you're going to get excited again.
So we'll see how many international slots New England Revolution get.
Oh, did you say slots? Somebody woke up Mr. Kraft.
So some people are saying that maybe this breaks like one of the clauses in Major League Soccer that you basically like can't embarrass the league. You can't be some straight up criminal. Involved in some prostitution ring.
Right, but remember, this is the guy who helped save the league at one point.
Exactly. So there people like the other owners must be like, oh well, what if I get caught up in some prostitution? I don't want to get my team taken away.
Right, exactly.
So there's like a weird position to be put in for them. But some people are suggesting, and I think I don't know if it's like the quote unquote right thing or wrong. To me, like,
we're not the ones who are going to handle this.
They're not going to handle, but to me, like, sports is not the most important thing right now, right?
No.
In this particular
I think
scenario.
the only reason that's coming up is because there's so many people that's their connection to him,
Yes.
is they root for his team.
Exactly. So, and there might be some, obviously moral, issue with that and things like that.
Dude, hang out with Gronk. What are you doing?
You have tons of fun. But some people are suggesting that the what is it? Some people are suggesting that the Krafts either should have to sell the team, or that Robert Kraft should give complete ownership or operatorship to his son. Who is basically who is the person
who is deleting text messages and tweets right now?
Who is the person who handles really the New England Revolution?
Thank God you didn't say his right hand man.
Well, it's also his son, and I wouldn't have made that joke because that's not my favorite Pornhub category. To be honest.
I'm so sorry.
So
this has been the silliest episode ever.
So we'll see. I don't know exactly what is going to happen going forward with his case. To me, the guy seems too rich for anything really bad to happen to him.
Nothing bad's gonna happen to him.
He's gonna get some sort of
blue balls. He's the only. That's it. They're gonna be watching him now.
And I wouldn't have wished that on my worst enemy.
No, hell no. He's getting watched. His wife is pissed. Everyone's upset.
All right, well, he's going to be at the next Super Bowl with the damn ankle bracelet.
It's not going to be wrapped around his ankle, though. Yes!
Oh, my God.
Remember he did sneaker shopping with Complex? Did you see that? Robert Kraft did an episode of sneaker shopping?
I can't believe I missed that amazing
I got an
piece
idea.
of content.
I got an idea for a pitch. I want to pitch a show, specifically with Robert Kraft as a guest.
Okay.
We won't go shopping for sneakers per se. I'm just going to say that.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on a third eye on that story. So we'll figure it out. So
I have the mind of a 12-year-old. I swear to God.
So let's get to our interview with Yael
Averbuch.
Yael Averbuch. So we spoke to her at the United Soccer Coaches Convention, and we talked about a lot of things like that we mentioned before, NWSL, Techne football, a bunch of other cool stuff, and like we said, she's just super cool. And remember while we were there, how many there were like young girls walking up to her, excited to meet her, and all this stuff. Like she's like, they're like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. Being at that convention just helped like sort of reinforce, and I think just because we're not little girls, right, and we're not we're not like regularly at like NWSL games and all this other stuff. It reinforced them like for young women, and shout out to Nike for that amazing ad that they had. Absolutely. That Serena does a voiceover, and there's a bunch of women's soccer players and athletes in general, women's athletes, and that for a lot of young girls, there aren't that many like heroes for them, but also that look like them, that can do what they do. But also the media hasn't given them a lot of opportunities to have people to look up to. Yes, and let me clarify. Yeah, it's not that they're not the heroes; it's that they're not as visible. Yeah, right? They're not as prevalent. And yeah, I mean, after '99, after that World Cup win, you saw Mia Hamm everywhere. You saw Brandi Chastain everywhere. So it's not that it hasn't happened. It's not that they can't. It's not as prevalent as male athletes. Male athletes have easy access to information and content and all that, and interviews for male athletes. It's not the same for women's athletes. And I think this, just as importantly, is sort of came to fruition or to the forefront for us after the Ellie Krieger, or the excitement around the Ellie Krieger interview. When are you going to put that up? When are you going to put that up? And I didn't realize how important it is for some of these young girls to hear and see, and just see the human side of the people they look up to, of the people that they hope to be when they grow up. And it's so great that they've taken sort of the opportunity to take social media and do that themselves. They've made themselves available. They've made themselves, responsible for that. And they're doing a great job. And I'm just happy that we get to have them on our show. Yeah. And people get to hear from them in a way that maybe they haven't heard from them before, having a good time. Someone like a Yael and someone like a Ali, they're such great personalities. Yeah. And honestly, after the Ali Krieger interview and after the Yael interview, I'm angry. I got angry that we haven't seen more from them. Why did it take this long for me to know that about them? That they were this hilarious and they were this great on mic. Sure.
Why are they not doing TV stuff? Why aren't they doing more? It doesn't matter if it's the guys' game. They know the game. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. And I know they both have done some media stuff, so I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all. We needed more of this.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that we can be any part of this whatsoever.
We're happy.
Shouts to us.
Shouts to us
for being a part of this. You know, I mean, come on. We out here solving defenses. Now we're solving women's soccer. Whoa,
So we're happy that we can contribute. So, and thank you again, Yael, for being on the show. And you're about to hear it, and she's awesome. So here is our conversation with Yael Averbuch.
Hey, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. We just want to break in with a word from our sponsors, me.
Alexis.
Yeah.
This time.
I just started, along with Mike Albanese, a very funny comedian, and the guy who runs the Red Clay Comedy Festival, by the way.
That's right.
So shouts to them. Shouts to all our fans who were out there. Myself and him have started our own food tour here in New York City. We were tired of people asking us when we were going to do it, and they wanted to come eat with us, so we decided to do it. It's called Fat Venture. It was a show that we did on Facebook Live. I got a very popular Food Network brought us in for a pilot, and it did not go, which is really unfortunate. But now that we own it again, we decided, hey, instead of trying
they said, guys, you're not fat enough.
Yeah, legit one of the complaints. And let's just say this: TV executives have no clue what they're doing, and that's why you're losing to 12-second videos on TikTok. Okay, but we decided we're going to take it to the people. All right, because here's the thing. People ask me advice for food all the time. People ask me, yo, is this good? Tell me about this. Where should I go for this? And we wanted to do that for people that don't know me personally and don't listen to the podcast and don't know Mike personally. So what we did is we started our own food tour company. We need some help getting going. So if you're in New York City and you want to take a food tour, we know it's not cheap, but we're bringing you to the best food possible in New York. Yo, one of the stops, legit one of the stops.
Which one?
We're eating the most expensive ham you could buy in New York City.
The mostest. Expensivest.
The most expensivest ham, dog. I'm bringing you to the most expensive ham, my guy. It's hand sliced, dude. Okay. And that's what you're going to eat. So we're doing a little something. If you put Cooligans in as your code, you get a little bit of a percentage off. You get some money off the tour. Trying to help us just build up as we go. Put in Cooligans. Go right now to fatventuretour.com. FATVENTURETOUR.com. Wow, my brain hurts. I got all that out. Fat Venture Tour, and put in code Cooligans. And guess what? Some of that money is going to come to Cooligans, so it's actually benefiting Cooligans as well.
Exactly. And to Alexis's credit, I mean, I cannot stress anymore. He knows such a ridiculous... the reason he doesn't know anything about anything is because it's all about food. He only knows about food.
Only so much water fits in this cup.
Okay.
And it happens to be chicken grease.
Yo, I need to know about, pizza and chicken. I ain't got time for math.
Nah, not at all. None of the maths.
But make sure you go to fatventuretour.com. And because he does know, and also Mike knows about food. He knows both of you guys have this bond. The way that we can't connect.
Yes,
is the way you connect with Mike.
Right. We have an open relationship, and my love of food.
Yeah.
I handle that with Mike, and I come back here for soccer. I always come home drunk. So we're doing a couple tours. We're going to do one during the week, one on the weekend. Just go to our website. You'll see, click on tickets or book now. Where we put that link everywhere because we desperately need some people to buy tickets so that we're not just standing there by ourselves. But you're going to eat big portions, big bites. We're not doing no boring history talk. We're not going to sit there and point at a tree that's been there for a couple hundred years. Screw all that. You could go do that tour with some other crazy cat lady that never gets out of her house and only runs tours. We don't do that. We don't do little tastings. We don't give you one dumpling every hour. Nah, bruh. You're going to eat a lot. You're going to eat big. And it's just going to be a great time. And you're going to get to hang out with me. And you're going to get to hang out with Mike. We're going to do the tours together for the first little bit until we sort of build up. So if you put in Cooligans, you get yourself a discount. Go to fatventuretour.com, put in Cooligans, get a little money off, and you get to help the Cooligans at the same time. Yeah, baby, we're back.
We are. And
my voice.
Your voice is
a little different than normal.
Wow, your voice is, dare I say, with all due respect, trash.
Yeah, it sounds like someone's shaking trash. Look, there's nothing I can do. I picked up a little sickness last night as I got to bed at 9 o'clock as my normal time.
I don't think
did not go out.
It doesn't sound like you're sick. You were just too busy screaming.
All right, I was partying.
You were screaming at Alexi Lawless last night.
That is true. I absolutely was. Somebody has to. No one's willing to do it. But we're not here to talk about last night, and we never will. What we're here to talk to is someone who we've seen all over the place.
Yeah.
And there's so many things that this person does in soccer. We're so excited to speak to her. Ladies and gentlemen, unless you're driving, put your hands together for, I hope I pronounced this correctly, Yael Averbuch.
That was good. Yeah, you did well. You did well. Congrats.
All right.
So, we are. So you are a person who on my Instagram feed, you're there all the time. You
I hope that's a good thing.
Yeah. You won't leave us alone.
You won't leave us alone. These sponsored posts. Or whatever. No, but I know that your work with Techne Football, and I'm always seeing that, and I know I had I was looking at the app because I'm not a good soccer player. I didn't grow up playing soccer, but I saw it and I'm like, hey, this seems like a thing. Like it's an app that I just download and then I can become the next Alex Morgan. You know what I mean? Like that is that would be really cool, but it's a little bit tougher than that.
Well, yeah, you got to put in a little more work than just downloading the app. You have to do the training, but you have a chance.
I'm a millennial. That's not what I want to hear.
What do you want us to do here? Make it easy for us.
But we are here at the United Soccer Coaches Convention, and you do have a booth for Techne Football, and you have been talking about the app itself, Ken. So please let us know a little bit about it.
Yeah. So first of all, also excuse my voice. I don't have any good excuse. I've just been talking to too many people.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, we walked over to your booth, and it was just jammed with people.
Yeah. The number of conversations, I hope I can even think right now to explain the app. But yeah, basically, like you said, the whole goal of the app is that players need a blueprint to know sometimes what they need to do on their own individually to get to that next level, whether it's you wanting to be Alex Morgan or every other million of players out there who want to be Alex Morgan. It takes a lot of work on your own. So you can download the Techne Football app, and we have a week free trial, no strings attached.
Okay.
I hate when they try to trick you into putting your credit card info.
Yeah.
We don't do any of that nonsense.
Although, if you want, you can send your credit card information to the Cooligans. We'll help you plug that in.
That would be very nice. But then, if you can subscribe as an individual after that to continue the training. We offer a weekly session. It kind of takes you through a session as if I was there at the field with you as your individual coach. So we're really targeting individual players who want to get better, but then also the reason we're here at the convention is to talk to clubs and ODP organizations and overarching organizations to work with them to implement it as part of what they offer as a club to all their players.
I see. Is it something that is... Will you be able to FaceTime or something? Or is there like set videos in there?
So there are set videos. I've tried to make it as formulaic as possible. We do have a level up and level down component because obviously there are players of all different levels. So it's hard to cater the same session to a player.
Right.
We have some 6-year-olds somewhere using it, a 6-year-old in Hawaii, and then we have pro players using it in their off season in Germany and France. And so really it's cool because we have everybody doing that same weekly session. So if you do get training with it, you're doing the same session that pro players are doing, that young kids are doing. Like I said, there's a level up and level down component. Right now, we don't have that aspect of actual personal interaction.
Level up and level down is what I was asking primarily because it's like how do you know who's using it?
Yeah.
And how embarrassing are you going to feel, or embarrassed are you feel knowing a 6-year-old is doing that workout and you're going to get promoted down?
Exactly. So that's the whole idea. Is hopefully you'd have the self-awareness to watch the video and say like, whoa, I can't do that. Let me level down, or no problem. Let me challenge myself and go up a level.
But if there was a way to like actually interact with like someone at Techne Football, like a coach, how annoying would that be? Like having like 40, 50 people, 100 people a day, like
your FaceTime's just blowing up.
I'm really trying to do like this around the world trip. Can you just really help me out?
I can't go around the cones with my left foot. Hello, are you there? You're just shopping at Star. You're at Whole Foods. I mean, I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. If I ever offer that will have to be an expensive add-on service.
Exactly.
It's very expensive. If I pick up, it's $100.
Yeah.
Just if I pick up.
So you were so you are still playing in the NWSL, or you are done with playing in the NWSL?
Yeah, so I'm still playing in the NWSL as of now. I'm signed with Seattle, so
Correct,
Seattle's my club.
The Seattle Reign.
Personally, I'm trying to figure out kind of what I'm able to do this upcoming season. Last season, unfortunately, I was only able to play one game, and it was actually a game our team lost. So I was like, thanks, guys. That was my contribution for the season.
You're welcome, team.
Yeah. I was like, that's all I could do. Sorry. I have some health problems. I have something called ulcerative colitis. I'm very open about it. You don't want to know the details. You can Google it if you want. Yeah. But yeah, so I gave myself a cutoff to pretty soon decide if I'm not 100% healthy. I think I can't risk my health again to try to do what I did last season. But hoping by some miracle I'll be 100% healthy and able to play. I don't feel done playing. I'm still like everything that usually goes wrong with soccer players, the knees, ankles, all that are like all fine on me. It's just my internals for some reason are messed up. So undecided.
Okay.
Yeah. We're friends with Now I can't remember his name. Pete Davidson also has ulcerative
Clearly
colitis.
you're very good friends.
Yeah, very close friends. I'm friends with his name, that guy.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I have friends that have had IBS and ulcerative colitis.
A lot of people haven't. Just no one talks about it because it's embarrassing. So, but unfortunately,
not on this show.
No, we share all the
we
details.
talk about
I'm happy to share
everything.
every detail of what
That's
happened in the
actually why we brought you on. So
I'm happy to share if you want.
So I'm curious about your time so far in the NWSL, and I know there's in general a lot of issues. Like I don't want to do the broad strokes are like, you know, the facilities are a problem, but you're in general.
Although strides have been made,
of course,
right?
And certain clubs have better situations than others.
Yeah.
But in general, with the Seattle Reign and just your experience in NWSL, how can you speak about it so far?
Yeah, I think it's really interesting because I've unfortunately and fortunately, played for a bunch of different clubs. I started out with the Washington Spirit, then I played for FC Kansas City, which unfortunately no longer exists.
Yeah.
And then I was at Seattle last season, and I'm very in touch with a lot of players around the league because at this point it's like one big family. Like if you haven't played with someone in the league who's been there for a few years, like something's weird. So there's just so much movement around the league. So really the way I see it is that there's a broad span of like what's going on from club to club.
Right.
You have some clubs who are affiliated with MLS clubs or just who have areas where it's easier to get big nice facilities.
Yeah.
And then you have some clubs who are in like dense metropolitan areas where there's not the access to like a 10-field grass training facility. It's just hard to do.
Right.
So I think across the board, you know, it's always a mixed experience. And I kind of joke with the players is like, as a player, you kind of have to pick 2 or 3 of 5 things that matter to you. Do you really care what city you live in? Like, do you want to live in Orlando and live the life and be out on the lake? Or are you okay? Like, everyone makes fun of New Jersey. I'm from New Jersey, but like, are you okay being in New Jersey? Like, some people hate on New Jersey all the time.
The answer is no.
Excuse me. I'm okay to be in New Jersey. But so, you know, it's between...
I'm from Newark. Nobody wants to go to Newark. Don't do a Newark
I know.
FC.
Well, we can talk about New Jersey because we're from there, but no one else thinks.
Yeah, no, they don't. If you don't know what a Taylor ham is, then you can't talk to us about it.
But yeah, so like between living in like your optimal city, I thought when the league launched, I was like, I will never play for Kansas City. That's the one place I don't want to play. Ended up loving it. Like, I wish I could have finished my career there.
Okay.
So for me personally,
well, you could have a few years ago, right? When they
exactly. I could have just decided to finish my career there.
I'm going out with the team. Folks.
Bye, guys. But yeah, it's between like how much do you care about the coach and your relationship with the coach, or the players on your team, or how much is your salary important to you? You know, there's not much room to negotiate,
right.
but there's all these factors, and really, no one has all of the factors. No one's living in their ideal city, playing in it for a team. Well, I want to say no one. That might not be true. I hope some of the players have all of these, and they're like making a good salary, playing for the coach they want to play for, on a team they really enjoy that fits their style of play in the best city with a great living situation. It's not that.
It's not always happening. Yeah,
exactly. So you got to pick what's most important to you. Personally, I don't care where the heck I live. I want to have a good soccer experience.
Yeah.
So that's my number one. So I always tell players, like, figure out what your priorities are, and then you can have a great experience in the league. But right now, because it's so new, it's hard to have every club offer everything perfectly.
Right. But they're making strides to get to that point.
Absolutely. That's the goal. We're all working on it together.
And it seems like the league is growing, and we're very excited about it. It's nice to see.
And you are currently the president of the NWSL Players Union.
Yeah.
So this is fascinating. I have not spoken to a president of a Players Union, and I know this position in itself, and I've paid attention a lot to it in other sports, and there is it's clearly a position of, I don't want to say necessarily power, but influence, right?
Yeah. I hope so.
Okay, yeah.
Also responsibility.
Wow, huge responsibility.
It's not just power. You're not just wielding a big stick. You're like, now everybody goes to Orlando.
Do what I say.
So now you're in a place where you have been playing. You know what is missing. You know what things that should be changed, but and not just solely for yourself. So what are the first few things that you think? Okay. These are real changes I think I can make in the next year or 2 years.
Yeah, it's interesting. In my growth into this role, which like kind of happened by accident, if I'm going to be really honest, I think there are a few things that I feel are really important right now in the early stages. And one is simply, can we deal with things internally and have a chain of communication so that stuff isn't getting out on Twitter before we give the league a chance to solve it? Okay. Like, if we haven't told the league there's a problem and then people go to the media, that's not really fair. And that's not we don't want to shine that light. If we get a certain number of, big media stories in our league every season, we don't want 2 of the 3 to be negative, big blow-up stories. So can we get information from players at clubs saying like, hey, is this okay that this is going on, or shouldn't our facility have X, Y, and Z? And bring that to the league, let the league address it, and then hopefully it gets fixed. If not, obviously, okay, then if we need to go to the media or whatever.
Yeah.
But we have, up until very recently, haven't had that chain of communication. So now part of what I've worked to do is we have a player rep or 2 on each team who's in charge of if something's going on that team, a young player, maybe it's a rookie, maybe it's a practice player who doesn't know where to go. They can talk to their team rep, who then brings it forward to me and the players I work with, and then we bring it straight to the league. We get answers straight from the league.
See, that's very it's very thoughtful and professional and concise. Because my first thought is, that's amazing, right? Because even bad press is good press.
Yeah.
Like,
well, sometimes it's true. We just want to be in the media.
Yeah, I mean, this R. Kelly thing. His streams are, there's no such thing as bad press anymore.
So
you assume that's the worst press of all time. So if there's players' grievances, the first thing you should do is Instagram story, right?
Well, that is a different approach. Maybe we could take that different route.
Okay, maybe the vice president of the players' union.
More like a divisive president, and I'll take that title.
Yeah, you take all the bad stories. We'll filter them to you. You get them out there, and then we'll go to the league after and be like, can you help fix it?
You hear what's happening?
I heard some gossip.
We need to fix this.
So now that you're in this role, you even mentioning it that it was seems to be like an accident. What do you feel about your future in women's soccer? Is it like being a part of because the position right now is not, you're not in the role of just growing the women's game specifically, right? The huge responsibility is the women that are involved in the sport that they're taking care of.
Yeah, once you get in the game, you now have a role where you're taking care of them. Are you trying to move into something where you get more?
First we use Techne Futbol to make all the kids pros, and then we take care of them when they're pros. That's how it works.
Not bad. It's a lot of FaceTiming you're going to do. Remember, they're going to add that where you get to speak right to Yael.
Yeah, is there a hope in I guess it feels like this an interview question, but I'm like, what's the 5-year plan for Yael? You know what I'm saying? But
where do you see yourself?
Because when I think of someone who is the head of a players union, I think of strong leadership skills and really have a good idea of what the future of the thing that they're in, what they want it to look like. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think if I were to really summarize, and actually I thought of this just as you're asking me, so it's the first time I've kind of put this together in my head. I think for me, whether it's my personal business or my work with the Players Association, or what I would like to do is I'm really passionate about looking at the larger picture of player development in our country and how our whole system works. Is that my goal would be, can I be somebody in the soccer world who, instead of just identifying all the problems, comes with real solutions, develops a business that actually can help our players become more technical, works with the Players Association and the league to hopefully, instead of saying, okay, well, conditions aren't good enough here, okay, well, here's a solution. We as players want to offer this solution, or instead of coming with demands to the league about salaries and conditions, which everybody in the league agrees need to get better. It's not like the owners are hoarding all this money and don't want to pay their players. They're sacrificing just as much as anyone. So can we as players come and say, okay, well, our experience would be better if you were able to offer us these continuing education coaching courses, which the league has actually done, which is of financial value as well.
Yeah.
So if I could be somebody in the soccer world that looks at the system in place, whether it's the pro league, whether it's youth development, whether it's our youth national team system, and says, okay, I've done some research, I've been part of it myself, I've talked to people, here are some solutions, can I help you implement those solutions? That would be I would love to be that person.
Okay.
It will take a lot of steps to get there, believe me, and I have a lot of work to do. But if I were to really summarize, I think that would be my general answer to your question.
Okay, that's great. And we do we're comedians. We do a comedy show, and a lot of times our listeners they enjoy the fact that we can make jokes and have fun with things that are going on in American soccer.
You have to be able to.
Exactly, right? But a lot of times we don't know specifically what's going on within NWSL or with women's soccer because it's not as easily covered. It's hard to find humorous stories. So this is almost I'm asking for advice to some degree as comedians and you know clearly much more about the humorous culture within women's soccer. What should we be looking for to have more fun with it?
And this is also for the fans who want to engage in a not so just formal process.
Just to say, we have a lot of listeners fathers with young daughters that are hey, can you talk about women's soccer?
What's it like?
Yeah, they want to hear you about it more.
You know what's interesting is I think that there's kind of a stigma attached attached in the women's game. It's a stigma associated with like joking about things because it comes off like we're complaining. But the reality is like our lives are hilarious. Like we are as a whole, as a player group, probably top 1% in our field in the world, and some of the ways that we're living and the sacrifices we're making and the jobs people do in the off season like are comical. We have people like walking dogs, cleaning houses, doing things that like we don't want to advertise really because it looks like we're saying like, oh, we don't make enough money, poor us. But it's not like that at all. Like we'll have some text exchange or like group text messages in the off season, being like, what are people doing? And like one person I know literally was like cleaning some old lady's house and sending us pictures of the crap she was finding in there. And like this is literally what people are doing to be able to play in the league.
But this is also something that I think it's, as comedians, when you're starting out, it's embarrassing to not be the full-time pro, you know?
Yeah.
And you never want to talk about, you never want to go up on stage and go, at my job. You can't, because then the audience is like, oh, that guy's not a pro. That woman's not a pro.
And that's how we feel sometimes.
Yeah,
it's like,
you don't want
it
to.
It looks unprofessional that you're spending any time not totally focused on your career and training, but like the reality is most of us in the league, to be able to play and have longevity in our career, have to do some crazy stuff from time to time to make it work. Like, I'm 32, I'm like living at home with my parents. Like, they're crazy. So like, just
There's
some of
a
the
female
stuff that goes
comic
on.
we know who played in Mexico professionally, and I was like, "What was that like? Why'd you quit?" I'm like, "You were pro, and now you want to be a comic." And she was like, "I was getting paid $50 a week and living with someone with some family I didn't know, and I don't speak Spanish." And I was like,
"Oh boy,
are you okay?"
But that's the reality of like chasing the dream. And people.
That's part of the story.
Yeah, exactly. And young players will come to me, or like players just leaving college, and they say, I'm not like a top-ranked college player, but I want to play pro. And I said, listen, I know people have gone to play in the women's league in Kazakhstan. I can only imagine what that's like. Like in my mind, I think of Borat. Like, I mean, I thought, unfortunately for the country of Kazakhstan, I feel like that's how it's been branded. But like,
Coach Borat would be a rough time.
Exactly.
You score. That's nice. They're really leaning into this Borat thing.
I actually think I'd really enjoy that. But there are people really doing some interesting things to keep the dream alive. And I think, like I said, we're like sometimes reluctant to talk about it because it seems like, oh, we're complaining. But it's not like that at all. It actually says a lot for the game of women's soccer that people will do things and really go out of their way to continue to play. So I mean, there's some good stuff if you ask around.
Yeah, it's very similar to comedy. I mean, I have to do freelance IT work. You have to tell people about pizza.
Yeah, I talk about pizza. I'm a pizza expert.
He's a pizza expert.
I might ask you for some suggestions because we need to do like one night out to dinner here to get some good deep dish. So if you have
there's no such thing.
He doesn't like deep dish.
What are we talking about?
I'm telling you, like I'm a New York pizza. I'm a New York, New Jersey pizza person. I like a diner and like a good normal size of pizza. But my little staff here wants to try the deep dish, so I need like some.
Go to Pequod's. Pequod's is great. When the closest you're going to get to good.
When in Rome. It's at least motivating to, because like we spoke to Dani Colaprico when we were in Chicago last time, and she was on our show, her and Rosie White, and they were hilarious, and they were at a comedy club, and they got to kind of show a different side of themselves that they probably don't normally get to do, because Colaprico, we know, is just double foot tackling people in the
also
midfield.
From Jersey,
Of course, the Jersey people are the best.
She got attitude that way. It's great, in a really great way. She's like, "Oh, I'll take this girl out." We're like, "Yes."
Yael, thank you so much for joining us on the show.
Pleasure.
Where can people find Techne Football?
Oh, good question. So first of all, you can just go to the App Store and download Techne Football.
Techne
Futbol. So we spell it the Spanish-speaking way. Or you can check out the website, technefootball.com. I think the best thing to do if you're interested to see what it is literally just go download it from the App Store and give it a try. Like I said, we have the 1 week free trial, like actually free trial. You don't just get charged mysteriously afterwards. So give it a try. If you're a coach and you want to get in touch, contact us through the website. I always say us, but the contact goes straight to me.
That's how doing all the work.
With the startup business, I have some good help from my support team, but like as a startup person, I do just the support, the sales, the X, Y, and Z, ordering the gear, everything. So you can get in touch with me pretty easily.
Wow. Yeah, you really are doing it all yourself.
Not FaceTime, but like email. Email's where I go.
Come on, you can't do this all on your own.
I have a good staff, but there's too much to do for all of us.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
I was going to say, social hand, any Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
Yeah. I'll spell my name for people so you can look it up in social because I know it's complicated. Yael last name is Averbuch. So my Twitter is Yael_Averbuch. Instagram is just Yael Averbuch altogether. Good luck trying to spell it. Hopefully you find me on there.
Google will help.
Yeah, Google can help you find it.
Just put Yael in there, and then everything else pops in.
Yeah, true. Hopefully, there's like two other people named Yael who might come up, but you'll find me.
Sure.
Well, you know what you do? You flag them as inappropriate. They go away.
Okay.
Little comedy trick just at the top. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Yael. That was an absolute pleasure.
My pleasure.
Cheers. Take
you
care.
guys gave me a good laugh. Thank you.
What a great interview!
How great. Yael, thank you so much for joining us on the show. We had a great time over at the United Soccer Coaches Convention, and she's awesome.
She is
you for
great.
taking the time. She was super busy. She was at the Techne football booth, and they were.
She was. We have been messaging with her and Aaron at first. Her fiance, Aaron West. Shouts to Aaron West, who's been on the show a couple of times. Only person to ever sit in on the entire show.
Okay.
But one of the things that we were trying to get in contact with her, and she was so busy, and it was too difficult to sort of, pinpoint a time. And she took time out of her day where she could be doing something way more productive than hanging out with us and joking around. And what a great interview we got out of it.
Yeah, thank you so much. So make sure, go to technefootball.com and you can use the app. And actually, I've been on this explorative soccer journey recently.
Okay, you finding yourself?
I'm finding
you
myself.
Getting your groove back
in the soccer space. You know,
okay.
Who am I?
Yeah, you're doing like the soccer shape and the sphere.
Yeah,
you played at the influencers game.
Yeah, and I also did. Shout out to Frankie Freestyle at NYC Freestyle on Instagram.
You did his class, right?
I did his class. I did a soccer freestyle class, so I can be one of them freestyle thotties, looking good.
One of these Instagram nerds.
Doing tricks, okay?
Right.
So I did his class.
Better than the ones Robert Kraft trying to get into.
So he's teaching a class in Brooklyn at Upper 90, and it was one of the most. Look, I have a newfound respect for freestylers.
It's intense.
It is really hard. I left with my hamstrings in more pain. I didn't even run or anything.
Yeah.
But my hamstrings were killing me. Like I was trying to do a 4.40. You know
how I feel when I'm trying to get to the front of that buffet line. You know what I mean?
Okay. But so I'm gonna try Techne football. I'm gonna do this trial and see what because I haven't tried it yet. But I want to practice little skills and get better and get ready for that Cooligans FC season
it's coming up
at NYC Footy. So hopefully we take the trophy this year.
And it's, by the way, Techne is Techne.
Yeah.
And football is like Latino, spell it Futbol.
Yeah, and follow Yael on all social media at Yael Averbuch.
Yeah, she's great.
She's awesome. So thank you again for doing the show. Thank you for listening to this episode. Shout out to Orlando City for sending us all this dope.
Honestly, we're honored. All jokes aside, this is an absolute honor. Thank you for sending us and just sending us art along with it. I mean, this is just
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful. I really wish we would have gotten this a little earlier just so we knew about the invite for the game.
Yeah, we didn't know. But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, man. You know what? Maybe we'll give it away on social media, maybe. Let's reach out to the dude.
Yeah.
And just confirm, because if we can give that away, we want to give that away.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So
maybe there's some Orlando City fans listening. Oh, maybe Andrew flies out.
Dude, I don't know.
Manchester.
I don't know who specifically sent it to us, like the person, because the person I was.
Well, we'll reach out to the thing at the bottom.
Which is it's a woman. But I don't
want people figuring this out. They're gonna get like 1,000 messages or whatever.
No, they're not gonna get any messages.
But to whoever this is, if we were gonna get like some royal treatment, like food and like sweet and stuff, don't give it to them. Just give them tickets. Save that for us.
But super cool, super creative, and just very flattered. Thank you so much, Orlando City. Best of luck this season. So the anything else coming up that we should mention?
Project Goal. We're Meadowvale.
We're going to be hosting the Meadowvale Gala again.
Yeah, this Friday.
This Friday, so we're excited about that, which is another academy out here in New York, and they do a lot, help kids out. There's kids that Justin Hawk was a Meadowvale kid.
Yeah,
that ended up and got a professional contract with NYCFC.
That's right.
So they have some success stories,
and now they're officially affiliated with NYCFC.
Correct.
I believe so. It's cool. It's a fundraiser to help the kids that are less fortunate, that can't afford to sign up for the academy on their own. So it's really cool.
That's happening. And then March 29th we're going to be in Rhode Island. That is open to the public. You can go and get tickets at Project SoccerGoal.org.
And I think Rigo over at Providence City FC is going to be coming through. So we get the unholy meeting.
Yeah, we're also going to be doing a giveaway at the one of the auction items is going to be to come to the studio and sit in the audience and watch the show in Madison Square Garden. So that's an opportunity. If you are in Rhode Island and you're gonna come to New York at some point and you want to come see the show, watch us record. We usually have great guests and stuff like that. So it might be a really fun. You could have sat in on all the debor.
Oh my God, you would have been here for debor.
It would have been an honor if you were here for that. So thank you for listening, supporting. Where there's like we said, there's a bunch of fun stuff.
And thank you to Gully Squad, man. You guys just amaze us every week.
Yeah, changing our lives.
We had someone from Europe sign up.
Okay.
I mean, this person could have, they emailed
from
us.
Europe or England, but England, they're not going to be a part of Europe
not much longer. No, but he was messaging us because he didn't have, he wanted to use PayPal because I think the credit card fee was a bit much.
Okay.
He just went ahead and signed up anyway.
Look at that.
It's incredible.
Well, thank you so much for the support. And yeah, feel free to sign up. We just posted the interview that we did with Max Bredos.
Oh, dude, from on stage at the Punchline in Atlanta.
That's right. So
you guys it's hilarious. You got to watch
that
this.
Was a really fun interview that we did with him. That we did that with the guys from Total Soccer Show.
All four of us on stage together with Max Bredos.
Super fun. So you can see that on the you may or may not see that in the super secret Facebook group,
which may or may not exist
for Gully Squad. So go to soccercooligans.com/Gully Squad if you would like to join. Like we said, coming soon. There's a nice fun gift for all Gully Squad members. So if you get in before that, gift will be sent out, which I imagine will probably be mid-March or something like that. End of March.
I'm so
excited. So get in now so you can receive that little welcome package. So
yeah.
So again, thank you so much for listening. You guys are the absolute best. Make sure you follow us on all social media at Soccer Cooligans. And any shows you're doing that you want to mention?
I got a bunch. coming up. I got passed at Gotham, so I'm going to be at Gotham Comedy Club a lot more.
Awesome.
So
congrats, man.
Thank you, man. I'm around. Hey, Illuminati Party. That's that secret comedy show you have to get invited to. Yeah. If you guys want a free invite, I keep forgetting to mention this on the show. If you live in New York City and you want to check it out, it's usually on the first and third Wednesday. We're actually probably going to go to weekly pretty soon. But it's the first and third Wednesday. It's in Lower Manhattan. It's dope. It's always the best comedians in New York City. Christian's done it a few times. So not always the best.
No, but sometimes they lower the bar.
Yeah, sometimes we lower the bar. But yeah, it's always great comedians. If you want to get an invite, shoot us a message at Cooligans. And if you're a Gully Squad member, just let me know you want to go, bruh. You got to invite my guy.
You win. And I also do a weekly show in Two Boots in Brooklyn, in Park Slope. If you don't want to go all the way to Manhattan, you can come to.
Yeah. It's a great show. I do it all the time.
Come to Brooklyn.
The comics get free pizza.
Every Wednesday. Not pizza boxes, just a pizza.
Yeah, I know, right?
So, that's every Wednesday. So you can hit us up if you want to go to that. So thank you again for listening. You guys are the absolute best. Keep it real. Keep it gully. My name is Christian Polanco.
My name is Alexis de Guerreros.
And together, what are we?
The Cooligans!